Good evening and happy Monday night here. We are at the Target Iceplex in Minneapolis, Minnesota for an America Division matchup between the visiting New York Empire and the Minnesota Norse here. Hope you enjoyed our game one as the Boston Yachts come away with the upset in Calgary. We are here at center ice, ready for the opening draw. Two American Division foes looking to jockey for playoff position. Right now, Minnesota sitting in second. New York right behind in third in that American Division. We are off and running here from New York. Puck is loose in front and taken away by Konstantinov for Minnesota. Burry now across the blue line. Burry over to Albrechtsen. Shot gets blocked by his own teammate Cody to the corner. Oh, Cody gets hammered to the boards there by Holenbeck. Albrechtsen dishes it up ice. Now Cody will carry. Looks to carry to the middle. Forced back to the outside. Albrechtsen shot gets blocked and Hennanen will take it away. Puck up to Ryba. And now Cody will have an opportunity at the red line. He'll enter the zone. New York, if they're able to come away with a regulation victory here on the road today, they would be in second place in the American Division and jump ahead of this Norse team. Puck comes free. Holenbeck blockered away by Salo. Puck is free at the side of the cage, and Nikola will take it. He'll get it up to Rain. Rain to Burre. Burre with some speed. Gets around Paul. Now Burre with a chance. Shot. Stopped there by Anderson. Puck comes behind the cage, and Holenbeck will have it. Holenbeck up ice to Clarkson. Clarkson to Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov being watched there by Nikola. He'll get hammered to the boards there by Nikola. Puck in front to Clarkson. Shot doesn't get on net. Ivari Tuominen across the red line. He's hammered there. Holenbeck to Rain, down to Tuominen. Oh, and it gets blocked by his own teammate McNaughton. Tried to get out of the way of that shot, and he was unable to. Konstantinov with a good takeaway. Gets it up to McNaughton. McNaughton along the near boards. McNaughton knocked off the puck by Westbrook. Rain able to skate onto it. He's pressed to the boards there. Comes free to Sikora. To McNaughton on the backhand, is denied by Anderson. Otto Anderson against Eddie Salo, the goaltending matchup here tonight. Holenbeck with the takeaway there in the slot. Kuznetsov will flip in. 5 minutes gone here in the first period. Still scoreless between the Norse and the Empire. Langenberg continues down low to Tuominen and is denied by Anderson, and he'll jump on top of it and get the stop. So face-off coming to the left of Otto Anderson. Kovac against Nash. Third line against third line. Kovac wins it back. Bjornsson shot goes wide. Good opportunity for the defenseman there. Kovac, one-timer, they score. It is Nershan Kovachenko with a great setup there from behind the cage by Milos Kovac. So Kovachenko with the opening goal here in the first period, almost 6 minutes in. And Minnesota will take a 1-0 lead here early in the game. See if they can control the action and fend off this Empire team. Nash will flip in. Langenberg behind the cage, flips it up to Kovac. DiFolino to Michelson. He scores! So just like that, the little tic-tac-toe play, and it is Joseph Michelson. So a 1-1 game just like that. About 40 seconds after the Kovachenko goal, the Empire get it to a 1-1 game. Stopped there by Salo. Puck comes behind the cage and Sikora will get it up to Langenberg. Langenberg across the red line. Langenberg will continue. Langenberg with a chance over to Kovachenko, and that one's shouldered away by Anderson, and he'll hold right there. Face off now, fourth line against fourth line. Gavrilchuk against McIntyre. McIntyre wins it back, able to box out Gavrilchuk. Get it over to Crew. McIntyre across the blue line, being watched there by Sikora. Gets it down low. Kraus, he'll score! So Jimmy Kraus able to get free down low and able to bury it past Eddie Salo. Face-off won there by this fourth line for Minnesota. Gavrikchuk across the line. Gavrikchuk with a chance. Cesaro shot on net, and they'll be stopped by Anderson, and they'll hold right there. Face-off now. Cody against Clarkson. Cody able to win it back. Bjornsson goes cross-ice to Sikora. And now Albrechtsen with it tries to flip it back, and it's denied there. Clarkson will take it away. Clarkson across the blue line, loses the puck there to Cody. Seraphin Cody with some speed. Across the blue line. Trying to feed it down low, and it's taken away. Clarkson now across the line gets it knocked away. Puck comes free, pressed to the boards there. They'll continue to battle along the boards. Crew goes cross-ice to Romainders. One-timer, and it's denied by Salo. Third line back out there for Minnesota against the third line in New York. Kovac able to win it back. Konstantinov with it. He'll go up ice to Kovachenko. Kovachenko feeds up to Kovac. Kovac will skate. Had a little bit of room, and now he loses it to DiFolino. DiFolino will flip in. Puck picked up by Konstantinov in the corner. They'll battle for it there. Nash tries to skate free. Nash on the backhand. Can't get a shot away. Blocked off by Konstantinov. Kovachenko loses it there, and now DiFolino. DiFolino will flip in. It'll be Konstantinov up to Kovac. Kovac up to Nikola. Henrik Nikola. Nikola will flip in. Hold him back. Watch there by Kovachenko, and it's up to DiFolino. DiFolino able to get around the defender and will flip in. Konstantinov, first one back on it for Minnesota. Konstantinov up to Kovachenko. Kovachenko will carry. He'll get it up ice to Rain. Chris Rain with a chance. Kovachenko over to Langenberg. Oh, tried to feed it back to Rain, and the shot stopped there by Anderson. Face off to the right of Anderson. It'll be Rain against Westbrook. Second line against second line. Westbrook able to win back to Hollenbeck over to Hennigan. 8 minutes to go here in the first. New York with a 2-1 lead on goals from Michelson and Kraus. So a little bit of depth scoring as Kovachenko with a goal for Minnesota as well. So very much depth. The name of the game so far through the first 12 and a half minutes. Puck back to Konstantinov on the backhand. Oh, and it's bedded down low to Rain, and he was denied there. Back up high to Konstantinov. He'll walk down the boards. Lose the puck in the skates there. And then it comes down to Tuominen. Tuominen tried to flip to the middle and nobody home. Hennon in for New York up to Westbrook. He'll turn it over at the New York bench to Tuominen. McNaughton now with it. Gets it to Cody. Seraphin Cody. Cody gets bumped off the puck. And it'll be taken away by New York. Sticked away again in the neutral zone. Hollenbeck will gather control of it. He'll get it cross ice to Clarkson. Clarkson stops. Tried to feed it back, and Albrechtsen picks it off. It'll be Cody on it now. Cody over to Bure. Bure to the middle. To Albrechtsen to Bure. Oh, and it's denied there. Not sure if the puck actually got on net. Couldn't quite tell from our angle here. Puck sent up to Clarkson. It's knocked away, and Kovalov will have it. Kovalov gets it lost in his skates. He'll flip it back, and then they'll flip it down the boards. Clarkson to the front of the cage. Oh, and Clarkson hammered by Dmitry Konstantinov. What a hit there. Albrechtsen shot blockered away. Edmund Paul now with it. He'll feed it up to Kovalov. Sly Kovalov will flip in. Puck comes all the way through to Konstantinov. He'll get it up ice to Ramsey. Go across to Dalton. Dalton across the red line. Jason Dalton continues to carry. He'll go behind the cage to Cesaro in front. Denied there. Gavrikchuk with a good opportunity. Kovalov now down low in front. And it's denied by Salo, and he'll hold it at the side of the cage. Just under 4 minutes left here in the first period. Face off now to the right of Salo. It'll be Gavrikchuk against McIntyre. Gavrikchuk wins it back. Sikora with it. Sikora looking to skate out. He turns it over and they score right off the turnover. It is Mike McIntyre. So a poor turnover there from Martin Sikora. Coughs it up, and Mike McIntyre. So it continues to be a depth thing right now as that fourth line gets their second goal. McIntyre and Kraus with goals here tonight for New York in the first period. Up to the front of the cage, and it's denied by Anderson. And he'll hold it there at the side. Face off now, Kovac against McIntyre. Kovac kicks it back, Sakura, shot doesn't get through. And now Lindholm will carry. He'll get it up to Krause, who will be able to flip it in deep. Bjornsson looking to get it up ice. He'll go backhand up to Kovachenko. Kovachenko with the lone goal for Minnesota here tonight. Gave them the 1-goal lead, and then it's been 3 straight from New York. Bjornsson to Sakura at the point, and it's blocked away by Anderson. Puck comes to the corner. Paul will have it. Paul looks to get it up ice. He turns it over to Langenberg. Puck stays in the New York zone. Lindholm now will be able to exit with Bowden. Bowden being watched by Sakura. Bowden to the middle, and McIntyre's denied. Langenberg to Kovac on the near boards. Kovac skates to the corner in front. Sakura denied there. Langenberg will have it. Goes up high to Kovachenko. Gets it back to Sakura. Sakura will walk down and the shot gets blocked. Jimmy Krause will carry away. Jimmy Krause will flip in. A minute left here in the first period from the Target Iceplex in Minneapolis. Sakura goes up to Kovachenko. Kovachenko to the red line and in. They'll go off for a change as Rain will go into forecheck against Holenbeck. Kicked up the boards by DiFolino. Hennanen across the line to Nash. Fed back to Hennanen. Intercepted there. Nash with it. He'll lose the puck there. McNaughton turns. Is it up to Rain with 2 seconds? Rain with a chance. Doesn't get on net. And that'll end the first period there. So Minnesota gets the first goal of the game and then coughs up 3 straight. That one was the last one there. McIntyre beating Salo. So we will head to our first intermission with a 3-1 lead for the New York Empire. We'll be right back with you for the start of the second period after this. All right, quick break, and we are right back here at the Target Iceplex here in Minneapolis. A surprising first period. New York with only 6 shots on goal, but 3 of them have beaten Eddie Salo here tonight. As the New York Empire enter the second frame here with a 3-1 lead on Minnesota. Again, if New York comes away with a regulation win here today, they would move into second place and leapfrog this Minnesota Norse team for that playoff position. Bure in. He'll retreat, get back to the middle. Bure, he scores! So in the first minute, Bronislav Bure blisters one low past Otto Anderson. Will be set up by Cody and Konstantinov there. So just like that, Minnesota, 45 seconds into the second period, they get it back to a 1-goal game. See if they can use that momentum here against New York. Bure, hammered by Holenbeck. Puck is loose underneath Bure. Puck comes free for a second, and Holenbeck will have it. He'll go cross ice is wide of Ryba. Now it's Clarkson. It's the first kind of star goal here today, as it's been depth, but both New York and Minnesota with Michelson, Krause, and McIntyre the goals for New York, and then Kovachenko on that third line for Minnesota with the goal here tonight. So Bronislav Bure making an impact from those impact players. Second line against second line. Rain against Westbrook in the dot. Konstantinov. Shot gets blocked. Off the draw, win by Chris Rain. Bumped off there, and Konstantinov, he'll lose the puck behind the cage, but then regathers away from Emil Barron. Jason McNaughton, cross the blue line, he'll continue. McNaughton stops, puts on the brakes, gets it back to Konstantinov with a slap shot, and it's denied there. Puck in control by Emil Barron. He'll get it up to Kuznetsov. Alexei Kuznetsov skates around Konstantinov, Shot gets blocked in front, and now McNaughton will have it. Jason McNaughton looking to get it up ice. He'll get it up to Tuominen. Tuominen hammered there at the blue line. Westbrook now up ice to Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov sticked away there at the blue line. Nikola this time. Nikola with a shot, doesn't get through. And then they score, so the rebound just sort of hops right onto the stick of Jason McNaughton. And would you know, just like that, We saw this in the first game earlier tonight with Calgary, the favorite, making a comeback. That was in the third period. Here we have it in the second period. So a 3-1 game in less than 4 minutes of this second period now becomes a 3-3 game. Konstantinov will carry down. The shot gets stopped by Anderson, and it'll hold right there. So Minnesota obviously not happy in that first intermission with how they played, or how they were outplayed, you could say. And they've come out with some energy here. Into the first 4 minutes, they have tied this game against the Empire. Puck one back. Konstantinov to Nikola. Turned over there. Michelson has it. They'll lose the puck at the blue line. Oh, and now a 3-on-1 here. Kovachenko to Langenberg, denied there. Kovac now with it behind the cage. Goes up high to Konstantinov, over to Langenberg. And Langenberg bumped off the puck, and Michelson will take it away to Lindholm. Lindholm across the blue line, down to Nash, sticked away. Goes to the corner. Behind the goal line is Nash. He'll get it in front to Michelson, is denied. Bjornsson then will carry. He'll get it up to Kovac. Exit the zone, now Langenberg in. Langenberg knocked off the puck. They'll continue to battle. Langenberg denied there by Anderson, and they'll hold right there. Gavrikchuk will face off against Clarkson here. Bottom line against top line. Minnesota, the fourth line, able to come away with the win. Cesaro then turns it over to Lindholm, up to Ryba. Jamie Ryba across the blue line. Carries through, and then gets it knocked off his stick. Bjornsson up to Ramsey. Ramsey trying to carry through, and it's knocked off his stick. Puck is loose there near the penalty box area. Right at the blue line of New York now, and Paul will have it. Clarkson enters the zone. Turned over. Cesaro pressed to the boards there in the Minnesota zone. Ryba keeps it in. Good keep there. Ryba down to Kovalov, and it's blocked away by Salo. Ryba over to Kovalov. Ryba now down low. Shot doesn't get through. Ramsey with it. Ramsey across the red line being watched there, and he bumped off the puck by Heinonen. Hollenbeck will carry out. He'll get it up ice. Sticked away for a second there. And puck will stay in the Minnesota zone. McIntyre with a chance. Behind the defenders, he scores! So just a poor defensive play there. Not sure what happened. Puck comes free, and Mike McIntyre winds up to skate onto it and just buries it right past Eddie Salo. So the struggles continue here for Eddie Salo. Matty Albrechtsen loses it at the line. Puck comes free. Albrechtsen will flip it cross ice. Nikola then bumped off the puck. Bure feeds it down. Bure will have it back. He'll try to go cross ice to Albrechtsen, and it's picked off by Krause. 11.5 left here in the second. New York regains the lead, 4-3. Here on Minnesota, Cody to the corner, tries to flip it in front, and it's Heinonen that will pick it off. Bowden now on the attack. Sticked away. Puck comes free. McIntyre will skate onto it. He's looking for a hat trick here tonight. Konstantinov with the takeaway. Up to Bure. Bronislav Bure to Cody. Cody gets pressed to the boards. Hollenbeck watched there by Albrechtsen, and he'll get it free to Heinonen. McIntyre trying to skate to the middle. It's knocked off his stick. Bjornsson up ice to Bure. Bure goes up to Cody. Seraph and Cody now with a chance. Cody blockered away. Cody with the behind the cage, and now Hollenbeck will be pressed there by Cody. Puck comes free. Now they'll get it up to Westbrook. Tito Westbrook over to Bowden. Bowden tries to carry through, and it's knocked off his stick. Jason McNaughton up to Rain. Rain gets it knocked off his stick. Bowden with it. Caleb Bowden turns, gets it to Heinonen. Heinonen to Barron. Emil Barron will skate. Being watched there by the Minnesota captain, Konstantinov. Kuznetsov pressed to the boards there by McNaughton. They'll continue to battle. Westbrook in front, and it goes wide of the cage. Konstantinov battling there with Barron. Barron now watched by Nikola. Sticked away. Good stick there by Henrik Nikola. Chris Rain. They come in 3 to a side. They'll turn it over there to Lindholm. Michelson now up ice to DiFolino. DiFolino tries to carry through, and it's sticked away by Konstantinov. Nikola ended up on the puck. He'll get it up to Langenberg. Loki Langenberg hammered to the boards there. Kovachenko will have it to Langenberg. They try to get it down low to Rain, and it's intercepted. Michelson now, under 7.5 left here in the second. Michelson sticked away by Konstantinov. Nash blockered away. Puck comes free. DiFolino, and that one's blockered as well by Salo. DiFolino pressed to the boards there. They'll continue to battle. DiFolino feeds it up high. And now Paul. Paul gets the shot blocked. DiFolino loses the puck, and Kovachenko will have it, and it'll exit the zone. So New York will have to tag back up. They'll enter the zone with DiFolino. DiFolino with a slap shot. Might have been off the iron there. as it takes a wild carom towards the boards. Puck is free. New York with great pressure here. Konstantinov hammered there by DiFolino. And now Kovachenko will carry it away. 5.5 minutes left here in the second. New York with a 4-3 lead on the Norse. Puck is sent back into the New York zone. Romainders on it. Get it up ice. Now Michelson will have it. Joseph Michelson knocked away. Cesaro will have it. Cesaro loses it there. Clarkson now looking to get in. Clarkson sticked away, and he scores! So the puck comes free for a second. And Cesar Clarkson. That one will be unassisted, so he picked up the turnover. In close, and Cesar Clarkson buries it past Eddie Salo. So Minnesota had gotten things back to even, and now they find themselves trailing again by 2. This one again near the end of a period. Cesaro in across the line. He'll get it bumped away. Kovalov with it. Sly Kovalov will skate. He'll turn. Go up to Clarkson. Clarkson tried to feed it over to Ramsey. And now Gavrilchuk will press him to the board. Puck comes free. They'll get it up the boards to Ramsey. Ramsey goes across to Cesaro. Cesaro pauses, sticked away. We have not had a power play yet in today's game. See if I just jinx that and we'll have something here. Dalton now at the point with it. Cesaro goes cross ice to Bjornsson with a slap shot, and it's stopped by Anderson, and no hold right there. 3:08 left here in the second. Rain against Westbrook, second line against second line. Minnesota dominating in the faceoff circle, but finds himself failing on the scoreboard at the moment, losing 5-3. Rain now for Minnesota. Oh, tried to set up a one-timer to McNaughton as it was intercepted. 2.5 here in the second. Rain with the intercept now. McNaughton. Pause there, and then it's ticked away. Sikora with a shot blockered away by Anderson. Tuominen pressed to the corner there. Tries to kick it free. It's still loose. They'll continue to dig away at it. Hennanen gets it up ice to Hollenbeck. Godfried Hollenbeck across the red line. They'll carry into the zone. Westbrook blockered away by Salo. Westbrook hammered there by Sikora. Approaching a minute left. Barron goes up to Hennanen. To Westbrook. Denied there. Tuominen to McNaughton. Tuominen and McNaughton again. They'll come in side by side for Minnesota. McNaughton looking for a trailer. Shot gets blocked to the corner. Chris Rain to McNaughton. McNaughton down low to Dalton, and it was turned over. Westbrook, shot gets blocked behind the goal cage. Dalton with just 5 seconds left here. They is in the neutral zone. And now Albrechtsen with the last chance, and it goes wide, and that will do it for the second period. So Minnesota gets it back tied at 3, and then New York takes a 2-goal lead once again as we end the period. 5-3, the road team New York with the lead here in Minnesota. We'll take our second intermission and rejoin you for the start of the third period from the Target Iceplex in Minnesota. All right, folks, welcome back to the third period. I am Les Talk, excited to be with you here from the Target Iceplex as the New York Empire lead 5-3 here on Minnesota on the road. And again, a big game for playoff position in that America division. Winner will be in second place by themselves as long as it's a regulation win. Hennanen tries to carry to the front of the net and sticked away. Bit of a disappointing game here from Eddie Salo in net for Minnesota. 15 shots faced, and he's given up 5 goals. So very disappointing here. Turned over there. Clarkson denied there by Salo. Puck comes behind the cage. Ryba in front, denied. So New York coming out here with a little bit of energy. They have the 2-goal lead. They're going to try to make it a 3-goal lead here. Kovalov now carries, and Albrechtsen will take it away. Numbers now for Minnesota. If they hurry. Over to Bure. Shot. Oh, and it just goes wide. So Bronislav Bure with a great opportunity. He scored in the first minute of the second period to make it a 1-goal game. Slap shot doesn't get through. Cody now with a chance. Shot gets blocked behind the cage. And Anderson will pick it up off a lively bounce. Face off now to the right of Anderson. It'll be Rain against Westbrook. Westbrook able to win it away for New York. Hennanen hit there. Westbrook up to Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov will flip it in deep. Konstantinov, first one on it. He'll try to kick it free to McNaughton. He will. McNaughton looking to get it up ice. McNaughton over to Rain on the near boards. Rain to McNaughton. Denied there by Anderson. Good opportunity there. Rain against Westbrook now. Second line still out there. One back to Bjornsson over to Sikora. Over to Sikora to Bjornsson. To Rain. Rain to McNaughton. Back to the point to Sikora. Continue to move the puck around, but no shots yet. And it's turned over there. Rain tried to get it down low. Into the legs of the zone. Tuominen with it. Tuominen skates up to Rain. He'll be knocked off the puck there. Kuznetsov hammered there as well. Rain over to Bjornsson. Up to Kovachenko. Kovachenko pauses. Gets it over to Bjornsson. Denied there. Bjornsson, the defenseman, down low. Kovachenko will lose the puck as he tried to turn. Almost 5 minutes gone here in Minnesota. 5-3 for the Empire. Again, looking for second place. DiFolino behind the cage. Flips it in front. All the way to the point. Nothing happening there. Kovachenko with a good hit of DiFolino to the boards. We have also had no power plays to this point yet. Said it once and I didn't jinx it. Let's see if this jinxed it now. Kovac to Kovachenko. He scores! So Nershawn Kovachenko taking matters into his own hands with his second goal of the game for Minnesota. So Nershawn Kovachenko, the third liner. 14-20 now in Minnesota, looking to get on that comeback trail. Ramakers tries to get it deep, and Cesaro will have it. Cesaro from Minnesota skates to the corner. Oh, and the shot just goes wide by Ramsey. Dalton to Gavrachuk, back to Ramsey. Ramsey can't get a shot away. Michelson now will carry. Michelson will flip in. Dalton will have it. Dalton goes cross ice to Ramakers. Ramakers over to Gavrachuk. Gavrachuk bumped off the puck. Now it's Gavrachuk behind the cage. Up to the point to Dalton. Over to Ramakers. Ramakers will walk down. Feed it back to Ramsey. Ramsey shot doesn't get through. Puck is free, and Paul will take it away for New York. Paul pressed to the boards there. McIntyre up ice. Puck is loose at the side of the cage. Krause with a goal earlier. McIntyre looking for the hat trick is denied there. Albrechtsen up to Ramakers. Ramakers over to Albrechtsen. Ooh, he tried to get it down to Bure. Almost fed it through. And puck will be flipped out of play. So we'll have a face-off just outside the Minnesota zone here. Cody against Clarkson now. Top line against top line. 11:46 here in the third. Nikola up to Cody. Cody will lose it there to Romainders, and now Kovalov will skate away. Sly Kovalov across the red line will flip in. Puck comes all the way through. Little rim around, and now Konstantinov. He'll get it up to Albrechtsen. Albrechtsen across the line. In front. Denied there. Bure with a great chance there at the doorstep of Otto Anderson and can't get through. Kovalov behind the cage to Ryba. In front. Denied there was Clarkson. Rain against Clarkson, and Konstantinov will take it. He'll get it up ice to Tuominen. Tuominen goes cross ice to McNaughton. McNaughton, tried to kind of get it across to Tuominen and couldn't get it through. Rain tried to skate to the front and it was sticked away. He'll retake it back. Tuominen to McNaughton. What a save there by Otto Anderson. Great save there on Jace McNaughton in that low slot area. Ryba continues the battle. He'll have the puck and he shoots it just wide. Chris Rain on it. He'll get it cross ice to Konstantinov. Ryba still slow to get up. Now puck is taken away. It'll be Marlon Crew and he'll be tripped. So our first power play there. And it will be Jace McNaughton that'll be guilty of the trip there on Marlon Crew. McIntyre able to win the draw. And Salo will hold it right there. Face-off won by Minnesota. Bjornsson will have it. 8.5 minutes left here in the third. Short-handed is Minnesota and trailing by 1. Cesaro with the takeaway. Gets it up ice to Kovachenko. He's bumped off the puck. Puck is free. Kovalov will take it. Hammered there at the boards was Nikola. Couldn't tell the New York, I believe it was McIntyre though that got hammered. Kuznetsov now for New York. Gets it up to Ryba. Ryba skates to the middle. Kuznetsov scores the power play marker by Alexei Kuznetsov. So the power play marker by Alexei Kuznetsov, the Russian, gives New York back their 2-goal lead here on the power play set up by Ryba and Kovalov. Martin Sikora now into the zone. Sikora, nobody stops him. He scores. So right off the draw, Martin Sikora just walks down. Nobody stops the defenseman. And Martin Sikora makes it a 1-goal game once again. And so back to a 1-goal game just like that. Albrechtsen to Cody. And it was on the doorstep there to Bure. 7 minutes now. New York still with a 1-goal lead. Bjornsson with the takeaway. Bure. Now it ends up on the far boards to Albrechtsen. To Cody. Down low. Denied by Anderson. Cody against Westbrook, 6.5 minutes left here. And it'll be one back by New York. Hollenbeck press to the corner there. Puck comes free, it'll be Heinonen. Reijo Heinonen skates out of the corner. He'll get it up to Barron. New York trying to protect this 1-goal lead. Salo glove there, and he'll hold right there. Faceoff will come to the left of Salo. Exactly 6 minutes left here. Top line out for Minnesota, and they'll win the draw. Bjornsson kicks it up the boards, and Cody will skate onto it. Cody with some speed. Bure crashing the net. Puck is knocked free, and Kuznetsov will skate onto it. Power play goal. That's the game winner at the moment. He turns it over there. Bure. Shot comes on net. Cody denied there by Anderson. Puck is behind the cage with Bure. They'll try to dig it out, and Hollenbeck will for New York. Heinonen will have it. Cody now on it for Minnesota. He'll get it up to Bjornsson. And a breakaway here. Sebastian Nash on a breakaway. A glove stopped there by Salo. It ends up behind the cage. Nash will pick it up. Heading into Hollenbeck. DiFolino turns it over. McNaughton up to Sikora. Seraphin Cody over to McNaughton. Denied there. Puck is free at the front of the cage. Bjornsson goes back to Sikora over to McNaughton. McNaughton bumped off the puck. 3.5 minutes left here for Minnesota. desperately needing one more goal to at least salvage a point out of this game. Sikora will flip it in deep. Pull him back in the corner. Looks to get it up ice. He turns it over right at the line. Tuominen will just have to flip it in and allow the tag up. 2:45 left here in the third. Nash skates away across the red line. Enters his zone. Knocked away by Tuominen. Pull him back to Michelson. Puck is loose. There inside the Minnesota zone. It'll exit the zone. Michelson watched there by Albrechtsen. He'll be pressed to the boards. Right in between the benches. Albrechtsen now with the takeaway. A 2-on-1 here. Oh, tried to get it across to Burry, and Holenbeck with a great play to intercept. Kovalov retreats. Gets it up ice to Clarkson. Clarkson pressed to the boards by Sikora. Minute 20 now. All that's left for Minnesota here tonight. Unless they can get an equalizer here tonight. Bjornsson goes up to Albrechtsen. It's intercepted in the neutral zone. Kovalov now under a minute. Kovalov glove by Salo. And he'll hold right there. 54 seconds exactly. Kovac wins it back to Konstantinov. Minnesota needs to go on the attack here. Kovachenko gets it up ice to Langenberg. There goes Salo. Langenberg waits. Flips it back to Nikola. Nikola with the extra attacker out. He'll lose it to Lindholm. Puck is free. Kuznetsov up to Westbrook. Westbrook. He buries it off the post and in, and that is going to do it. So Tito Westbrook with an empty netter. Is going to clinch this win for New York and clinch them the second place spot for the moment here. Langenberg in the zone. Tries to get it across to Kovac, denied by Anderson. So this weird trend for Otto Anderson looks like it's going to continue. I mean, he has not played especially well. I'll pull up his stats here. As Cesaro comes in, gets it across to Kovac. He's denied there. And now Kuznetsov will continue to skate. Paul picks it up. So Otto Anderson is 3-1-0-1 with only an .829 save percentage. So somehow Otto Anderson continues to just win hockey games despite not exactly playing the greatest goaltending we've seen all season. But New York, either way, comes away with the win. So enjoy these highlights. We'll rejoin you for our post-game stats and information right after this. All right, folks, thank you for joining us for our post-game coverage here as the New York Empire come away with a road victory over the Minnesota Norse here in Minneapolis. A disappointing performance from the goaltender Eddie Salo here as it's a 7-5 victory for the New York Empire. Again, we talked about those kind of crazy stats, but Otto Anderson, an .829 save percentage on the season, and now gets his 4th win on the year as well. So a bit of a surprising, anomaly of sorts, as there are other goaltenders that can't get a win with better save percentages, but Otto Anderson continues to just pick up wins for New York in less than stellar goaltending. So we'll take a look at the team stats that we have in front of us here. Minnesota with 31 shots to New York's 25. So again, Salo gives up 6 goals on 24 shots. They're disappointing out of the goaltender. None, without that being said, really. New York leading the way with hits, 38-25. So not a super physical game out of Minnesota. New York continues to bring that physicality. Face-off, that's the one very surprising stat. 26-9. Minnesota dominating in the dots against New York. And power plays, New York got 2 of them. They were successful on 1. Minnesota, no power plays. So New York, we've seen that's what helped them be successful. When they've won games, they have not really had a ton of power plays. They've been very disciplined. When they've struggled, they've been very undisciplined and given up a lot of penalties here. So now we'll take a peek at some of the individual stats here from today. New York first on the docket, our winner today, Mike McIntyre, 2 goals and an assist, a +3 on the scoreboard today. Ryba and Kuznetsov with 2 points, Ryba 2 assists, Kuznetsov a goal and an assist, and then our single point getters, we have goals from Clarkson, Westbrook, Kraus, and Michelson, and then assists from Bowden, DiFolino, Crew, Nash, Kovlov, and Lindholm. So no points tonight from Holenbeck, Paul, Hennanen, Romanders, and Emil Barron. Emil Barron, the only forward to come without a point here today. Our shots leaders, again, not a ton of shots, but McIntyre and Clarkson come away with 4, DiFolino with 3, and then our hits leaders, again, a lot of hits here tonight. Holenbeck with 9, Lindholm 6, Hennanen 6, and Michelson with 4. And then the goaltending, again, Otto Anderson, an .839 save percentage, but he does get a win nonetheless over the Minnesota Norse here today. And we'll take a look at that Minnesota Norse team. Sikora, Kovac, Cody, Kovachenko all with 2 points here today. Sikora with 1 of each, a goal and an assist. Kovac and Cody with 2 assists, and then Nershan Kovachenko with 2 goals. Single point getters, we have a goal from McNaughton and Bure, and then assists from Bjornsson, Konstantinov, and Nikola. So no points for Albrechtsen, Rain, Gavrchuk, Langenberg, Cesaro, Ramakers, Tumanen, Ramsey, and Dalton. That fourth line, Cesaro a -5, Gavrchuk a -3, and Ramsey a -4. So not great out of that final line from Minnesota. We'll take a look at our shots leaders. 6 from Bure, 4 from Sikora. That's a bit of a surprising number. I think you'd like to see more of that come from your forwards. Only 3 from McNaughton, and then a handful with 2 there as well. And then our hits leaders, Nikola with 9, Sikora 5, Konstantinov with 5 as well. And then a very, very disappointing performance out of Eddie Salo. 24 shots is all he faces here tonight and gets beat by 6 of them for a .750 save percentage. I think it's pretty safe to say. I mean, we've talked about it all through the first month of the season. Eddie Salo, not the best goaltender in the world. I think we had that thought coming into the season. He looked like the best goaltender in the world. He's not. Whatever you think of his goaltending or maybe his defense in front of him at times, he's not the best goaltender in the world when you're throwing up 24 or 18 of 24, I should say. So take a peek at some of the goals here from tonight, see what we can see. Head to the first period, sorry. Yeah, of course they're not going to show us any of those. Second period, only the Clarkson goal. So we'll take a peek here at Cesar Clarkson with a little takeaway. As he glides in, gets it knocked away for a second, puck hops right back to his stick off Cesaro, and then he flips it past Eddie Salo. We'll see it one more time here. Sticked away. Cesaro actually kicks it almost to the stick. We'll see this one more time from this angle here. Cesaro tries to kick it to his own stick, and it actually ends up on the stick of Clarkson, and he's able to bury it past the netminder. And then in the third period here, Martin Sikora with this off the face-off, just able to kind of walk down. Nobody sticks with him, and he fires it right past. So Martin Sikora with a great goal there. And then Kuznetsov with what ended up being the game winner here tonight. Just fired it right past Eddie Salo here. Ryba stops up, gets it back to Kuznetsov, and yeah, that's one Salo definitely wants to have back, that he's not being screened. And then Nershan Kovachenko with his second looked like he was just going to put the team on his back and try to carry him to victory with that little puck gets knocked away there in the middle, and Kovachenko buried it past Otto Anderson. So New York, that's going to do it here for our coverage from Minnesota. New York comes away with a 7-5 victory over the Minnesota Norse here tonight on a great Monday night to start the month of September. We have 2 more games coming up for you tomorrow night on a Tuesday. We have Toronto in Detroit. That is going to be our primetime weekday game of the week. Toronto in Detroit. So the 2 top teams of the America and the Canada division meet in Detroit. A great game there. And then the second game, some late night television for you. Chicago will be in Edmonton to take on the Dinos. So thank you for joining us here from Minnesota. I am Les Talk. We will see you tomorrow night in Detroit. Thank you so much, folks.